Hello and well met. This is Arm Bushido for Drysox AAR, and today I thought I would provide some commentary on some of my gameplay, specifically on a round that I felt I did really well in, and the team dominated. Obviously, that seems to be the trend with most people displaying videos. They always show the good, not the bad. Trust me, there's going to be some bad in here as well. But without further ado, let's begin this. So, I started out in my T3485. I picked this out of the lineup I had for the battle rating I'm doing because I felt it was a little quick. And my original goal, I watched the rest of the team. They seemed to be spraying towards Charlie and Bravo. I wanted to go to Alpha. So as I'm racing along, I see this PT-76B. I thought about following him, but he was going uphill. And I said, nah, I don't like going uphill. I don't try not to go up hills in tanks unless I absolutely have to, and especially Russian tanks, because they have no gun depression. So when you break that hill, you are so vulnerable. Obviously, it's early in the round. You can get away with it, but I still try to avoid it. I don't want to cut my speed, because obviously my goal is to get over to Alpha real quick and cap. Now, as I'm moving over there, there is some tanks identified coming around the 3-line, 4-line there. Bravo, as you can see on the map, mini-map flashing. Now, just so you know, in the replay, all markers are turned on. In normal gameplay, I play realistic mode. There are no name tags above the tanks. You don't know who they are. They can only be identified through spotting, and even then, you don't get a name tag. It's just a blip on the radars kind of thing. Anyway, I decided to move to intercept these guys because I knew they were trying to get in position and what they were really trying to do is get into a position where they could nail us in our spawn point. And so my goal was to try to prevent that. Now, again, I don't know what these tanks are. I just know there's something coming. So as I creep up here, I do spot it, or I can see, because of my third-person view, I can see it's probably a Root 251, which I mentally probably knew. I know it's very thin-skinned, great gun. It's going to plow right through my T3485. I thought he seen me. I thought he spotted me. But so I just take the shot. And obviously he did not, because I beat him to the punch. I got right through that cheek, and then I hit his ammo and racked him. Now, I do know there is a tank to my right still coming. I don't know what it is, but I am getting shot from my rear by this M41, which is basically a Walker Bulldog, which is basically the German version or variant of the Walker Bulldog. Really the same tank. I know it to be very thin-skinned, but it can punch through me. I'm kind of surprised his first shot did not go through. I must have been angled just right. But so my first shot on him, as I wait, and again, consciously, I know there's another tank to my right, but I hit his fuel tank, catch him on fire. So that's good. And obviously, as the fire's still burning, he does not have a fire extinguisher, which is kind of surprising. Next shot, turret ring. So now his turret ring's probably jammed, or in this case, probably not jammed. I'm sorry, it's probably just reduced. It won't turn as fast. Again, I am very worried about my right flank at this point. I know there's something coming. I don't know it's a Panther yet. And then I see the M41 creeping up. I thought maybe he'd go hide for a little bit and let his stuff repair, but he decides to go. I take another pot shot. That one bounces off the crest of the mantlet. I throw some machine gun fire in their face. This is a good tactic, especially you want to kick it up in the dirt. It will blind them a little bit, but then my next shot goes right through the driver. It takes him out. He's done. So now I can focus on this tank that's coming across the top again. Again, these tanks are trying to get into a position where they can snipe back into our spawn point. And once I realize it's a Panther, this is a little tricky. And I actually catch him in the rear of the fuel tank, which is kind of lucky. He's on fire. Now, again, no fire extinguisher. And then my next shot catches him, and I get some crew damage, which is awesome. But he is still viable, and he doesn't even know where I'm shooting him from. So my next shot, I'm trying to go for the cupola, and I go a little low. I hit the mantlet, it bounces. I just bring it up a little bit, and he has no idea where he's being hit from. and then boom, he's done. Crew's knocked out. So there's 3 tanks down. Pretty good for a T-34-85. I actually kind of enjoy the T-34-85, but anyway. So at this point, I realized, hey, no one's taken A, not capped. Kind of surprised. The opposing team didn't come and cap it. So obviously I start heading that way. So the first thing that comes up, as you'll see, is there's a Tiger II coming at me. I don't know this at this point. I miss him. I should see him. He's right there. But a lot of times, either A, we always talk about don't get tunnel vision, but also don't get the bobblehead syndrome where you're constantly moving around your head all the time. You still miss the obvious. Anyway, I roll down here. I know I'm going to creep up, and what I'm trying to do is just creep, and then I see him come in. I know it's a Tiger II. I'm a little nervous now. Okay, head-to-head, not going to work. Okay, right there, I think that was just a sheer luck bounce. And then I try to go for his lower plate, hoping maybe to get his transmission, because my concern is I want to immobilize him so he doesn't come and cap. But at this point, I'm not going to push my luck. I do not want to get into a head-to-head contest with him. I will lose. Now, and there's another lucky bounce. I don't know what the hell he's doing. I probably should have repositioned a little better here, but I am capping. I don't know why he's not trying to muscle in on me. He could roll right up and take me out. My best thing I might get a hit, again, I can take out a track or take out his transmission. Obviously, he finally found the sweet spot, hit me right in the commander's cupola, took me out. But again, I don't know why he did not cap. That was kind of surprising. He could again pushed in. Either way, I got the cap. That was a pretty good round with the T-34-85. So this time, I'm looking at what my team's doing. Obviously, I feel we're dominating a little bit, so I decided to fly. Now I'm in a Yak. I have a 20mm cannon, machine guns. This is not good on anything heavy, but does hit light-skinned vehicles really well. But the other reason to go fly sometimes is just to get a good aerial view of the battlefield and see what's going on. Unfortunately, as I said, mistakes are made. I get a little bit of tunnel vision. I'm coming in, and I'm right now, and I do like to fly in third person. Every once in a while, I'll go to cockpit view, but very rarely. I'm looking for something soft. And again, the name tags are not there. I'm just trying to identify, okay, I know that's a soft target, and I miss it. I go for the Panther, and there's a whirlwind there, and he just wrecks my shot. Now, don't get me wrong. If I catch him from the angle he's not watching, he's toast. He's open-turreted. He's soft-skinned, especially in that upper kind of cupola command gun position. It's very soft. Most AA is that way. It's not until later that you see a lot of AA that, it's enclosed. And a little more protected. But anyway, so I decided to come in my IS-1. Now, the IS-1, obviously, a little bit more armored than my T-34, but a little bit slower. So I look at the map, going, okay, the team is definitely dominating, but we don't have A. I'm going to go over and try to work A. So off we go. The whole time this is going on, I'm looking at the mini-map, seeing where my team is and where they're spotting the enemy. Obviously, if you look at the mini-map, again, you don't see the markers. I'm playing realistic mode. You don't see the enemy markers, okay? The only thing is when people have spotted or something like that. Now, as I'm rolling up on Alpha, the first thing I do notice is that we are starting to cap it. And knowing the IS-1, I am not going to make it to there. I am just not going to make it. So right now I'm formulating, all right, what am I going to do next? Because obviously Alpha's going to get capped before I even get close. So I start looking at the mini-map and decide to maybe push forward. Again, we are kind of dominating the match. And at this point, with all 3 caps, you kind of got to get a little aggressive, in my opinion, because obviously you want points. And caps are the #1 point creator, but once everything's capped by the team, kind of like now you got to rely on kills, spotting, other variations in the game mechanics. Most dominantly, you're probably going to be kills. So I'm going to start moving up. I decided to move up to this IS-2. Obviously, he's working something, but I'm still kind of cautious to try not catch myself off guard, and I'm kind of trying to figure out what he's shooting at. And obviously, me sitting here, as I watch this video and I can see the markers, there isn't anything there. But anyway, I decided to move up by him just to see what's going on. And again, like I said, we've got all 3 caps. We're actually now moving past the cap line and holding them even before they can get to the cap. So now you've really got to start thinking about getting a little bit aggressive, because their team's going to start going away pretty fast. Anyway, not sure what he was shooting at there. I take a pop shot. Again, I have, I don't know if nothing's there or not. I mean, I'm looking, I'm going, is that a burned out one? I think it's a burned out one, but what the hell? I'll fire around at it, see what happens. At this point, I go, I don't think there's anything there, but I'm cautious because I'm creeping up over this little knoll in the road here, which is going to, the power to weight ratio on the IS-1's not the greatest. But I creep across this road thinking the whole time, I'm going to get popped. And then obviously I do a stupid thing, stop in the middle of the road, but don't get hit, so I move on. Again, watching the mini-map, watching the ticker, I go, okay, this round is starting to dwindle fast. I've got to get some, if I want some more points, I've got to kill something moving fast. Now, with that being said, you're going aggressive. Also, you got to be aggressive, but also that can end up causing, in this case for me, a little bit of tunnel vision. And I get focused, so I don't know this Whirlwind's here until he shoots me. He's going to shoot me here in a minute. That bomb just misses me, by the way. That was a bomb. Somebody hits him once. I'm sorry, he doesn't shoot me. I seen him shoot. I take him out. By the way, I get my revenge kill because he's the one who killed me in my yak. But I did not see the Panther to my left. I did not see him. And I still don't see him until he shoots me right about now. Now? There we go. And he does some imaging damage, and it looks like he may have got a fuel tank, but it didn't catch on fire. So my goal here is to try to shoot him in the lower plate. I hit his upper glacis, bounced. He wrecked me. He had the angle. That was just my noob, and really just me being aggressive and getting a little bit of tunnel vision. I did not see him. I probably, after killing the Whirlwind, I could have spun and been ready for him. Anyway, so the round is ticking down. I kind of debated what to take. I probably should have went with something a little faster, even though I don't know if there was much left in the game. But I decided to work my SU-152, which I do not like. If you don't know, it's a KV-1 with a fixed mounted upper superstructure mounting a 152 millimeter gun. So you're thinking 152, oh, this thing's got to be amazing. Well, that's questionable because first off, it's very low velocity. It has more tendency to bounce, especially if you're hitting, say, a Tiger, Panther in the front glacis, whatever. Obviously, anything thin-skinned or catching people on the sides and the rear, that's all great. When you're aiming with it, it's like lobbing, like artillery. You gotta shoot it out there, and its kinetic energy drops off the farther it goes out really hard. So I'm not a fan of it. I mean, I'm sure other people play it probably better than I do. Probably the biggest Achilles heel is the reload time. So you have to make sure your shots count. They have to count. Because you may get, by the time you shoot and reload, you've been spotted or hit. And I'll tell you right now, Tigers, Panthers, Mark IVs, high velocity 75, punch right through this thing like a knife through warm butter. So at this point, I'm just trying to find a spot. Maybe I can get something. Maybe I can't. Obviously, this round's going to end really quick. And I just, I don't want to get killed. I always try not, obviously, I think everybody's trying not to get knocked out. But same token, I'm just being extra cautious. So I'm hitting over here. I decided to turn over here. And I actually see this Tiger P. I seen it moving. But I don't get in position quick enough to hit it in the side. I think I could have got it and wiped it. But I do not get there. Again, maneuvering this thing, getting the gun into position, it's a little tricky. But I do catch him through the crack here, and I decide to take a luck shot at it and just take a pop shot. And I actually wreck his main gun. That is probably the end of the round right there. Time has run out. That was just a lucky hit. Kind of made me laugh a little bit, giggle like a little girl. That I actually just hit his main gun and wrecked it. Probably he'll sit there and repair. And obviously he smokes. But that is it. That is all they wrote. And Anyway, I hope this commentary you find useful. If you like it, please give some likes, some comments, and I'll catch you all later.